Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. Today I am joined by Amy Scruggs, who is a Nashville legend and also the host of a TV show called Financing the American Dream. Amy has been involved with the media for well over 20 years as a media executive, a TV host, as I said, for Financing the American Dream. She's also a Nashville recording artist, a public speaker, a corporate spokesperson, an author, and she also has been classically trained as a pianist since the age of 4. She has sung with many music greats such as Trace Adkins, Clint Black, Charlie Daniels, Josh Gracin, and many others. She's just released her new single called What If It All Goes Right, which she told me she had produced with one of her idols in Nashville. For over the past 10 years, she has dedicated her music to the veterans and troops within the US. So she supports the veterans and nonprofit communities with her singing, her TV show, and also community involvement that she does. She's part of a community called Voice for Heroes. She works with Saddles in Service and first responders suffering from post-traumatic stress. And as I said, she's also an author. So she has just published a book called Lights, Camera, Action. And that's media coaching for any professional in today's digital world. So talking about how to show up and be more confident in front of the camera, how to not freeze during filming. And she started doing this by coaching her guests for the TV show she was the host on so that they could get over their fear of public speaking. And this has culminated in the book that she's just released, sharing tips and techniques to help people be camera ready, whether that's for your Instagram lives, your posts on Facebook, or any social media, as well as being on stage and being in front of the camera in a more media related style. So I was so thrilled when Amy asked if she could be on my show, and we got together and had a really great conversation. She's such a lovely person, so genuine, so caring and loving. And I know you're going to find that in the interview, and she's going to really touch your heart. So let me introduce Amy to you and learn a little bit more about her Nashville life and her time as the TV host of The American Dream. Hi, Amy, and welcome to Happy, Inspired, Motivated. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. So excited about this time with you today. I've really been looking forward to it.
I'm excited too. So you're over in San Diego. What's it like over there today?
It's always sunny and 75. Always. And that's what it is today.
Well, that comes to get a little bit boring then. You don't even look at the weather forecast.
No, and it is boring. I really do want to wear sweaters and coats, and we get very little opportunity for that. So it is very, very boring, but we are thankful. It is beautiful.
Should we swap for a little while?
Love that. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit about your past, Amy, how you got started in the profession that you're doing now.
Well, the very short Cliff Note version was as a single mom years ago when I was 29 years old, I had to step into a career and provide for everyone. And I was very grateful to step into the mortgage lending and real estate industry. And I stepped in on a business to business scale doing sales for a big bank. And that launched my knowledge of really being in front of people, understanding what it's like to differentiate yourself, set yourself apart, and as a woman, really show that I had intellect and brains, and that's what I was there for, was to get the business. Very no nonsense. So I had a wonderful woman who mentored me and brought me into the industry then and launched my sales career working with professionals for those years. And I was so thankful to be successful in that and really figure that out. And I knew that a skill set for me was being able to present in front of in front of in a boardroom in front of other professionals and do
Hmm.
strong public speaking and presentations, which always kind of set me apart. But we had that big financial crisis in 2000, really hit in 2007, 8, where the real estate and mortgage industry just collapsed
Oh,
here in
wow.
the
Yeah.
US, and my job went with it. And
Oh, nice.
there was no such thing as a wholesale bank rep anymore. I mean, literally just leveled me. And so I had always been singing and performing my entire life since I was 3 years old. I knew that's what I was going to do. I was always singing in cover bands. I had already been to Nashville in 2004, going back
Yeah.
and forth while working my other job, recording projects, meeting amazing people. And my manager there in Nashville, the gentleman that really helped me, James, he said, Amy, they call it music business for a reason, because you have to run it as a business. And so when faced with that
Yeah.
shifting moment in 2007 and 8, when the industry took a turn that was my main bread and butter, I took the same sales skills, asked for the business, and went out as a touring recording artist with the music that I had done. And within six
Yeah.
months was on national stages, for some pretty big
Wow.
names in country music. Took the
Yeah.
kids along, and we toured, and we did this for years, and became the spokesperson for the American Veterans of California, doing a lot of events with the veteran and military community, and really just out there making a difference, building relationships, which
Yeah.
really kept my career on track. And then shifted back into the business world, combining both careers in 2011, which opened up doors in business development,
Mm.
managing teams. I was still singing and doing amazing performances on request, and getting combined those careers. And then 5 years ago, was asked to step into a hosting seat with national television for the American Dream TV. So these years of learning how to be polished in front of people, how to be eloquent and how to speak, how to ask for the business, really came together.
Yeah.
And during that time of interviewing professionals on the TV show and meeting different professionals, I found there was a common insecurity that was, is this what I look like? Is this what I sound like? What do I say? And everybody was freezing up in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And so I started helping these professionals right there in the driver's seat of say, no, you're fine. I've got you. Here's how we're going to do this, which then really opened up the opportunity for starting to coach and mentor
Yeah.
entrepreneurs and business owners, and especially women, just getting past those insecurities.
Mm.
And it launched the coaching
Yeah,
business.
we all have them, don't we? I mean, when I started my podcast, the first recording that I did, I was like, "Oh my goodness, that is my voice, and that's what I sound like." Is that what I sound like? I don't think I do, but I
That's
must
what
do.
everyone
Yeah,
says.
we sound so different, don't we, when we listen back to our voices?
It's
Um,
so true.
yeah, and I was a little bit nervous about, oh my goodness, people are going to hate it, but they obviously don't, because I mean, I'm in the
No,
top 3% globally, so they somebody must
I
like my
think it's
voice.
working. But it is
Yeah.
the most common thing. And especially for women, oh, is this what I look like? And the men, oh, is that what I sound like? As a recording artist and as a singer, I had to learn to overcome that real young,
Mm.
because I had to be very comfortable to listening to it back and being aware of what my voice sounded like. And so then going into TV hosting or speaking,
Yeah.
it was in the same category, but I realized for most that's not the case.
No, no, exactly. So you were in Nashville, and I'm presuming you're a country singer if you were in
Yes.
Nashville. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I recorded in Nashville. Yes.
So did you grow up with country music? Was that what you were passionate about?
I did. And with the last name of Scruggs, you really don't have much of a choice. I think it kind of was just predestined on there. My dad raised me with country music, but the last name Scruggs was just self-explanatory. I said, okay, this is the route I'm going. And I still sing. I sing jazz and do a lot of standards, and I sing in the jazz clubs out in Palm Springs. And so I definitely have an array of
Nice. Yeah.
diversity that I can do with my voice and with my performances. But country music seemed to be where I landed as a home, and really became visible, and was able to grow those opportunities.
I have to say, I don't know if you've seen the show Nashville. I don't even know if it's in the States, but we watched a show called Nashville years ago, and we were
Oh,
just
yes, I'm familiar with it.
yeah, we were obsessed with it. We watched it, just binged watch it on Netflix. It was just amazing. And when it finished, we were so sad, because it was just like the whole, I don't know, the whole vibe and the music and like the area, and it was just like, yeah. So you actually lived that. That's just so amazing.
And it's different. I chose not to watch that one too much because I do feel that it was giving the wrong impression. For me, I still always lived in Southern California and I would fly back and forth. And I
Mm,
have to say, my relationships in Nashville are just some of the most genuine, amazing, professional, classy people. I've actually
mm.
had a little bit harder time with some of the other industries with dealing with like, okay, is this a snake? Can I trust this person?
Oh,
What's going on here? Especially in the coaching and maybe the book publishing is a little bit of, okay, let's make sure everything is what it is. But with the
yeah.
music side and my relationships in Nashville, it's actually been an incredible, beautiful, wonderful experience. Even right now with my new releases out and my new project out, everybody has just been first class.
Nice. So you mentioned briefly that you started working singing with veterans. What sort of
Yes.
prompted that as well?
I started volunteering with my kids. My dad was a veteran in the Air Force. And
Hmm.
so he raised me to always honor our heroes. And I was practicing the national anthem since I was 3 years old on the fireplace with a hairbrush. And I knew that I was going to be able to do that. And where I lived with my children at the time, we were right next to a USO office. And so we would go over and volunteer and get to know the volunteers there and just help, whether it was serving sandwiches or anything else.
Yeah.
And then they found out who I was as a singer. I didn't say anything. And they started throwing me, okay, we need you to sing. Well, will you sing here? And then I was singing the national anthem in stadiums. And they started opening those doors
Yeah.
I was doing some concerts actually in some of the military bases here as well in Southern California, which then the American veterans, I had some of the AMVETs see me and say, okay, we need you. And things just very organically grew into a beautiful, wonderful relationship that they brought me
Mm.
on as their spokesperson for 3 years and touring and visiting the posts and coming home ceremonies and deployments and wounded warrior ceremonies, everything you can even imagine. I've stood on the
Wow.
street dedicated highways. I've done a little bit of everything. And it was really powerful, amazing, life-changing work that didn't have cameras, didn't have anything following me. I don't have much to show for it, a lot of private events, but
Mm.
life-changing and really melded um, my understanding for what the military families go through in any country, really.
Yeah.
And it's just about really honoring those who give their life and sacrifice for their country.
Yeah, because they do give a lot, and and they don't get much in return. They don't ask for much in return either. So it's they deserve to have something that's special just for them. Like you say, if it's more private event, that's what it should be. It doesn't
Yes.
need to be televised or anything, does it?
No, you got to do it from the heart because
Yeah,
the right
exactly.
things will come back to you. Yeah, there's just this mindset of saying I need to do things for the right reasons, and
Yeah.
whether it becomes something that's big and visible, whether I'm meant to have a hit record, or whether this is just meant to make a difference in one life.
Mm.
That's what matters is the why we're doing something, and then let the rest take hold.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Hi, it's me, Tara Chadzakis, just interrupting my podcast just to let you know that the Goddess Activate coaching program is now open for you. So if you are a female entrepreneur and you know that you are destined for higher impact and higher income, but there's something that's holding you back, stopping you from taking the action and really not allowing you to grow the business success that you truly desire and know you're worthy of, then this coaching could be for you. It's an exclusive one-to-one coaching for you to shift your mindset and start manifesting the abundant success that you deserve, enabling you to live a powerful, limitless life using quantum physics and the fundamental laws of the universe so that you can access your success from the inside out. And investing in a coach who is dedicated to your success will literally change your life. Perhaps the only regret you'll have is that you didn't do it sooner. Now, my clients gain profound shifts in their businesses as well as their personal lives, stepping into their power, which brings them the confidence and belief to create next level success, attracting more clients, more impact, and receiving more money. And my coaching is a combination of everything I've learned as a law of attraction expert and my strategic intervention techniques learned from Tony Robbins and Chloe Medanas. These combined help you create profound shifts in yourself and the world around you, also known as your reality. We combine the three elements of awareness, healing, and action, which I like to call lovingly the ahas. And these will help you release your old beliefs, thoughts, and habits to help create powerful new neural pathways in your brain, making your success, your business success, a natural flow. And as your business grows, I support you in creating the systems needed for your expansion. So if you'd like to apply for this exclusive one-to-one coaching, I'll put a link in the show next to the Goddess Activate where we can jump on a call and talk about just how in 6 months' time your life could be completely different. Now back to the show. So you did your singing. You still do singing because you've just
Oh, yes.
released, I believe you've just released a single. Is that right?
Yeah, my new single came out in November. My next one comes out this week. And so it's a
Wow.
5-song EP we just recorded in Nashville, my first big project in quite a few years that we were just able to do in Nashville. And I'm in the middle of releasing that right now. And I'm thankful to say that there's quite a bit of radio in the UK that is picking up the song. So I'm really happy. Maybe I'll be coming your
Really?
way for a tour next year.
Oh my God, that would be so amazing. I'll have to listen out for that one then. I'll have to, listen for it on the radio, definitely.
Yes, yes. So I am crazy and did a dual release. I released my book, Lights, Camera, Action, Media Coaching for Professionals. At the same time, I released the music. So it's been a little bit nutty, but I'm like, why not?
Be
I'm not
crazy,
getting
yeah.
any younger. I love constantly. Yeah, let's put it out there. Let's just do it. I don't see the two lanes as something different. I see it all as just me and what I bring. And sometimes I can inspire somebody through music, and sometimes I'm inspiring somebody by saying, we can help you. I can help you
Mm,
be more articulate and communicate better and be more
yeah.
comfortable on camera, or do a better job when you're making your cell phone videos. Clean the lens, frame yourself, smile, don't use that scary resting face, and let's just help you be your best.
Well, I guess that the two are interlinked anyway, because they are all about performance and
Yes.
bringing your best to the stage, whatever that kind of stage is, whether, like you say, it's a cell phone and you're making a reel on
Yes.
Instagram, whatever it is, it's still a stage, isn't it? And people are going to be watching.
It is, because that's how we're living now. Today's
Yeah.
world, like even now, we're on a camera, we're connecting with each other. And if I was
Yeah.
sitting here scowling at you or hiding under the desk, we wouldn't be having the same connection. I want you to feel that I'm really excited to see you and I'm giving you my best self, because that's truly how I feel.
And that's what your book helps people do. Lights, camera, action.
Yes. It helps people to find their best self, deliver their message. I've seen
Mm,
wonderful people, and from nonprofit foundations to entrepreneurs and business leaders that maybe freeze up or don't know how to deliver their message
mm,
because they're so worried about being in front of the camera that they
yeah.
forgot their passion behind everything they just built to bring it here to this platform. And,
Mm.
I've seen great professionals on different podcasts that maybe just aren't resonating the way that they could if we just got past some of those insecurities and learned how to hone in that message and really bring it out in a better way.
It is quite difficult though, isn't it? I mean, if you're passionate about doing whatever your profession is, it doesn't mean that you want to be in front of the public eye and talk about it. That's a completely different side to your business. But like I say, we need to do that now because that's the
We
way
have to.
that the world is all about the media and in some form or another. There's
Yes.
a lot of businesses out there that I see on Instagram that they haven't got their face there. And I
Right.
want to see who they are. I want to know who I'm going to do business with. I don't want
Yes.
somebody just to hide behind their products. I want to see who they are. Unless it's something like Coca-Cola. I don't really know who owns that and I don't really care. I mean, that's massive, but just a normal like business to business relationship. I need to feel the connection with the person that I'm working with.
I agree. And I think if anything, this last 2 years has shown us is how much we missed
Mm,
connection. We took for
yeah,
granted being out
definitely.
and meeting people and shaking hands all the time, and that was taken away from us. So now in these virtual connections or by putting our videos out there, I love when I can see what my friends are. I have friends across the world, and to see
Yeah.
their face, it's like, let's just bring that best face in. Don't take 20 takes on a cell phone video to post something on social media. I teach people take two, toss one, because then it's getting worse and worse. Just start becoming that authentic
Mm,
self. It's the same face and the same person we take to the grocery store or that we are out with. This is
yeah,
the same face. Let's start getting comfortable with it, because it's so fun when we can make these connections. I love that I get to call you my friend now, and we now know each other across the pond,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, I
And we
know.
get to use this amazing platform of
Yeah.
video and meeting each other this way to create this connection. And it's brilliant what we can do with this now. I wish we had this technology when I was touring in '07, '08, '09. I was still
Yeah.
on a flip phone. The things we can do with our technology and with what's right here at our fingertips now.
Yeah.
And it's so sad for me when I see people missing those opportunities for real connection because they're afraid to just turn
Mm.
that camera on.
Yeah, and we don't want perfect. We don't want
No.
beautifully curated things anymore. We like real people, and if they
Yes.
make a mistake, even if I'm doing a live or something, if I'm like, I don't know what to say, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm allowed to do that. I'm human. I'm not like this perfect business owner, because that's not who I am. I'm a person. And if I make mistakes and I laugh at myself, then you should be able to do that too.
Yes, and hopefully that allows others to go, oh, okay, if she can do it and she does this for a living, then I can too. I would sometimes purposely make mistakes when I was in the TV studio and interviewing somebody. Sometimes I would purposely mess up the intro because I saw they were so nervous. And the minute they saw me laugh at myself and correct it, then they became more comfortable. There's that psychology. Okay, it's okay. I can do it too. And it would change the whole energy of the interview.
I can imagine. Yeah. So when you were doing you're still doing the American Dream?
Occasionally, not as much since COVID, and now I'm so busy. But yes, I still am a part of it, but just not as full time as I was before.
And what did you enjoy about doing that? Because was it mainly interviews, or?
It was all interviews with professionals, a lot of real estate agents, but a lot of business owners.
Yeah.
I loved when I could feel them right here in the palm of my hand go, I got you, and we're going to deliver your message. I love seeing someone go from being stiff and more robotic to going, oh, well, yeah, I am passionate about this, or I do love what I do. Yeah. I love pulling the best out of somebody. And I would say, I had my years on the big stages as a recording artist. And when I was doing that was my turn. But now this was their turn. I said, I'm just here to support you. No, this is your turn. Let me help you bring the best out and share your message. And I think I really just enjoyed seeing that. And these interviews were maybe between 5 and 6 minutes. And I had that amount of time to build rapport and pull the best out of somebody.
It's not long.
I loved the challenge of it. And I love seeing the success in it. And I think it really honed in my skills as well to really be concise.
So you said you have 4 children, did you say?
4 and 2 stepchildren. So we have 6 total now. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
They're all grown.
Sorry?
They're all grown, thank goodness. Now.
Yes. Yeah. So how did your children enjoy being on tour with you?
Oh, that was a mix. So at the time, my oldest son is my lead guitar player. So he started playing for me at 18 years old. So he loved it because he was running the band. He wrote a lot of our music. During that time, he was right there at my right hand. The other 3, not so much. My daughter, who's now a senior in high school, she was little. So she has some good memories of it. But I mean, there were times she was still in a car seat. I'm like, let's go. It was really, she's like, okay, mommy, which commander is watching me? Okay, you're going to stand with Sergeant so-and-so who's watching you while I'm on stage real quick. So she has some really fun memories, and she says it really definitely developed a lot of her character and flexibility in who she is today. She's brilliant, just about to graduate high school, and just smart and brilliant and all on her own. The other 2 boys, they did well with it. There were parts that they enjoyed, and there were parts that was difficult for them. So, in retrospect, I knew it was a big sacrifice for us as a family. And now that I'm not touring, but a lot more just virtual and doing what I'm doing, the oldest misses playing full time. He's got a different job now, and he's like, Mom, when are we doing a show? So there's always somebody that's upset. Somebody's always upset at me for something.
Well, obviously,
only be one person.
So he didn't continue music without you then?
He is doing some, but doing music full time is very difficult. He still has to pay the bills, so that's okay. But he is very, very talented, and I would love to see him continue to pursue that. But he's got to make his own choices. This is his life.
Yeah, of course he does. But but when they were out and you were doing the things with the veterans, it's a great environment for them to be in, to see people and to get to know their stories. That's priceless.
Yes. And I set those boundaries, especially being a woman and a mother. I wasn't singing in the clubs. We were doing family festivals and fairs and the larger stages, veteran events, things that my children could be at, that I could be proud to have them there, that were a safe, friendly environment for them to be at. So it's very calculated about where we were and what we were doing because I brought the kids with me.
So you're a very determined woman with your 4 children. Just a little bit. How well do you accept no?
Very well. You know what? I get excited about no. There's the philosophy of no, because I believe that everything we have to, if I knew that it was going to be 25 no's to finally get my yes, then I'm going to be really excited at no 17, 18, 19, because I know I'm getting closer. There's always the no's that have to come in. We have to accept no's. We have to grow and learn through those, knowing that it's maneuvering us to where our yeses are. If I get a yes right out of the gate, I've learned nothing. it's taken me 17 years to go back to Nashville to get the yes to work with one of the biggest and best producers of all time. And that was worth the wait. 17 years to get the yes from one of the greatest producers in music. It was worth every minute. I'd do it all over again. I took all the no's in between. That's fine. This was worth it. And so I'm not afraid of no, because I know that then the right yes for me, the direction I'm supposed to go, is up ahead. So bring it on. Bring on the no's.
It's so easy to quit though, isn't it? When you're on no 10, 11, because you don't know in the beginning how many no's you need. And you could be thinking to yourself, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. I haven't had a yes yet.
And I think just staying open, realizing this could be limitless. There could be a lot of no's, but if I'm still pursuing every day my passion and what I'm supposed to do, and finding that guide, that even sometimes in those dark seasons, we've had tremendous loss over the years. During that time, we lost our home. I mean, there was some tragedies that we really went through. We lost our bass player. He died suddenly of a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
So we've had tremendous losses in the middle of this, but you have staying in it and going, okay, what am I supposed to learn? How am I supposed to push through this? And I think the hardest thing is if we put a limit going, well, if I'm not this by this age, well, if I don't make it by this time, well, by the end of this year, if I'm not at, that's putting restrictions. And I truly believe it. There is no time limit. I'm 49 years old and I just got a big yes, and I'm thrilled. If you don't,
congratulations.
Great. What's going to happen at 59? I can't wait to find out. I got to take those limits off and just keep walking the process.
So you've just signed with a new producer then?
Yes.
So you're getting back into more music, away from TV.
Yes, I'm thrilled. Oh, that's my heart's desire.
Really? Oh, so you're excited about leaving
that's the 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. So you're excited about leaving the camera behind and getting behind the microphone again?
I'm excited about both. I can do both. And I do a lot of producing behind the scenes for some of my private clients. I produce their podcast. I produce a TV show for 2 of them. So I still have my hand in that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I feel that they continually weave through with each other. Each thing makes me stronger. It'll teach me a new tool that maybe I need to help somebody else. So I'm constantly, I feel like I have a giant tool belt around my waist that, oh, that'll fit here. That'll fit here.
Pop
I have
that in
6
there.
notebooks across my desk that keeps it organized, and just try to say, okay, what can I do today? And at the end of the day, did I do all I could do in these categories? Was I open to new opportunities? Am I listening of doors I need to close? And that's just a daily ebb and flow that I walk through all the time.
So you've got a lot of different, you're juggling a lot of balls.
Yes.
How do you manage them all together?
Notebooks. I write everything down.
Okay.
I'll have this wonderful podcast with you. I have another broadcast for a client that I host their live stream in an hour. I have different projects that I need to take care of and paperwork. I'll be responding to radio stations that are playing my music and saying thank you, sending out voiceovers, and then making sure that I'm handling my daughter's financial aid apps for college. All in a day.
All in a day.
I check the box. Each hour has its own thing that I do. And I look at it and say, did I hit all of those boxes? Have I fulfilled what I've promised people? I have clients that I have obligations and projects that I work on for them. And if I can check all those boxes and give myself grace if they don't all get checked, and pick back up again tomorrow. And it generally usually always works out. And if I'm honest with people, hey, I don't have the bandwidth. Can you give me 2 more days on something?
Yeah.
People are usually very gracious to understand when you're honest about what you can and can't do and when things come up.
So you don't have a massive team then doing it all behind the scenes for you?
No. My husband is very helpful running some back end things for me, for sure. But I really, I hold up the front end of most of it and handle all my own correspondence and communications. And because I'm so relationship driven, I want to be the one communicating and answering.
I was going to say, because
it's me.
Because often you'll get an email and you'll be like, is it actually from the person that I'm supposed to be talking to, or is it their assistant? Or because sometimes people don't necessarily reach out through their assistant, they reach out as their assistants pretending to be them.
Right. And I just won't do that. I would hope if you and I, reach each other after this and we email each other, you're going to know that it's me. And I would rather outsource other things that can be taken care of. But anything that is involved with the relationship and the front end of that and the people that I get to work with and meet, then you're going to get me.
It's all about the connections, isn't it? I totally agree that, you're connecting energies, and when you build relationships, it's not just for your personal gain, it's for your personal growth.
Yes.
You
Yes.
get so much from people that you connect with. It's amazing.
I had the privilege of singing for a nonprofit event a couple weeks ago, and the woman that runs this amazing organization, we've been supporting each other for 12 years, and she's like, "Oh, I remember when I met you singing the national anthem at this event here and that," and to see that we've built this relationship, that we've supported each other. She knows she can count on me. I know that I appreciate the work that she does for our
Yeah.
veterans, and those relationships mean more to me than if I got a random call from somebody to just sing for something that maybe wasn't significant. I really enjoy, at the end of the day, knowing that it was real, true, valuable relationships that guided my day and guided the work that I do, which is why I think I keep it right here, because that's so
Yeah.
important to me.
Yeah. So you've sort of branched more into coaching as well now, because I mean,
Yes.
your book is talking about how to get people ready for performances or being in the public eye.
Yes, or even their cell phone. I see so
Yeah.
many professionals that don't clean the lens on their cell phone before they take a video, and it's all cloudy, or they get on and I'm sure you've seen this as well. People turn on the phone to just share, oh, I'm yeah, so I think I'm out here today to tell you I was thinking, and they spend 30 seconds saying that they were deciding to turn the camera on and had something to share, versus just saying, here's what I have to share with you today. I'm so excited. We're here. And so just learning how to kind of really get to the content, how to shine a little bit better, because people will swipe. They will swipe. And if you really are trying to get a message out, let's
Yeah.
try to minimize what we're saying on that front end so they don't swipe.
So what tips would you give for the first, is it 3 or 4 seconds that you have? What would be the main showstopper that stops people from swiping?
To first of all, visualize what it is I'm here to share. Whether I'm here to share a great new property that I'm a real estate agent and I just put the listing on, or I'm at a new business that just popped up in my community and I want to share it. Think, okay, why am I here? Let's get right to that. I'm here today at this new business on the corner and so excited because they're making a difference in the community, versus trying to gear up for that. Hi, it's Amy here. And well, we know it's you. We can see that. so, so really thinking, what is it I want to share? What is that content? Kind of walk it through in your head a little bit, and then turn the camera on. And if you're, don't do 10 takes. As I said, another big advice is maybe take 2 takes, look at them both, and you have to choose one, and then put it out there. And the more you start doing that, the better you're actually going to get. It's very powerful. And always watch it back. Go back and watch what you've done. Would you watch it? Would you be interested in you? What do you notice?
Interesting.
And if you're noticing that, so are others. Are you scowling at the camera? What is it that you're doing? And so really taking an honest evaluation of watching back what you're putting out there, knowing what your message is and staying on point. Clean the lens.
And I never clean my lens.
Clean the lens on your computer camera, clean the lens on your phone front and back before you take pictures or videos. It will make a difference. It'll just be crisper. We have great cameras in our phones. They're just got dirty lenses.
Yeah, we do. And it's not something I think to do, to be honest, because you just pick it up and you hit play or whatever you're doing, you hit record. I don't think about, is my camera clean?
Oh, you're going to love the difference when you do it. You're going to go, wow, I was looking really great today. I didn't realize I just had fingerprints on my lens before.
You can see me.
You can see me.
One thing I have to say, I've noticed when I'm doing like reels and things like that, I have to hold it with my left hand. If I hold it with my right hand, I'm covering the microphone, and I hadn't realized that. And my voice is so quiet, and I'm like, why is it so quiet? And then I was like, oh, the microphone's there.
So great. And there's great inexpensive like lapel mics that are Bluetooth to go to the phone now.
Yeah.
You cannot worry about it. Just clip it on. If you're doing a lot of videos like that, get some of the tools that are out there now that we are so lucky to have. They could really just polish it up just a little bit. I have one of my prior clients that I always just gave her a hard time. I said, you would do these wonderful videos, and she's out in the field with horses or at a big property, and she's got somebody holding the camera 30 feet away, and we can't hear what she's saying.
No, of course.
Please get the microphone, because you're articulate and you're brilliant and you're lively and you look beautiful. We want to hear you. Let's just hear you.
Yeah. All I can imagine just doing from the wind that's blowing between them.
There's some simple things that we can do because this isn't going anywhere. We're going to be doing this for a very long time. We're not going to go
Yes.
backwards to our flip phones unless we really want to, which some days I think about it, but we're not going to go backwards. So we might as well start making these little daily adjustments and going, wait, I'm actually presenting a better self really effortlessly. And
Yeah.
it's not taking as much time. People who say, but I took 20 takes and then I posted it and oh gosh. Well, then now you're making it a negative experience and you're going to be afraid of it. Let's turn
Yeah.
it into a positive experience and start creating those positive experiences. That turning on your camera, sharing your life, sharing something important, sharing
Yeah.
a business doesn't become such a big effort.
Yeah. The only person I know actually with a flip phone is my dad. He literally doesn't have internet access or anything on his phone. So
Oh, I love it though. How
yeah,
happy he must be.
he is. Although most of the time his phone isn't even charged. So I don't even know why he carries it around, to be honest. I think I've had a call from him, and I think it was about 3 years ago the last time he called me on his phone.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
there's something to be said for that, and he's earned it. My mom forgets to even turn hers on. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
what
I
is
forgive that.
exactly? What if I want to contact you? Well, I'm sorry, my phone wasn't charged. Okay, fine. Bless them. So you're coaching that you help with your clients with. So you're helping them be more present, be more
Yes.
presentable as
Yes.
well.
More articulate sometimes, depending on what
Yeah.
they're trying to do. Helping more professionals be ready to be on podcasts like yours. I don't you want to have guests that are ready to go, know their message, and stay on
Yes.
point? That's what
Yes.
I'm here to help people do.
Perfect. Yes, please. Because sometimes, although
Send them my way.
yeah, I do. I love all my guests. They're amazing. Sometimes though, when they look at me like a rabbit in the headlights, and they're like, "What's she going to ask me?" And I'm just like, "It's all right. We're just going to flow. It's great. Don't worry about it. It's just a conversation between two people."
Right. But not everybody understands it. They go to a different place of no, it has to be this or this. So learning how to
Mm,
overcome that using some of the visualization tools and just practicing doing interview skills can really make a difference. And then
yeah.
they can successfully maybe book themselves on more podcasts. If they love doing it, why not get better at it?
Yeah.
Why not set yourself apart?
Exactly. Share your, like you say, share your message. People need to
Yes.
hear your message. That's why you're in business. That's why you're doing something to make a difference,
Yes.
to make an impact. And you can't do
Yes.
that unless you're present, especially on social media.
Especially people that own nonprofit foundations and they're doing incredible work in the community, servant
Mm,
hearts, lovely people, but that doesn't mean that they know how to be interviewed and
yeah.
talk about their organization in a way that has people go, okay, wow, I want to know more about that. I want to serve and help this organization. Having a
Mm,
spokesperson that is polished and ready to share the message on those key points that are going to resonate to those that are
yeah.
listening can make all the difference in helping those foundations help more people.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of them, isn't it? But
Yes.
it's getting the message across that makes people go, "Oh, right, okay, now I get it.
Yes.
Now I want to be part of that." Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So if my audience want to find you, how can they get in touch with you, Amy? What's the best place to find you on the big web?
Amy Scruggs Media. If they just put in amyscruggs.com, it's going to route you right over to my main site, Amy Scruggs Music, but there's links to both on both pages. So really, if you
Okay.
just Google Amy Scruggs, I
Yeah.
come up. Thankfully, there's not many people with my name, so that really helps a lot.
I
So
have the
Amy
same thing
Scruggs Media.
too.
Yes, it's wonderful. You can find me, and as you heard me say, if you reach out an email, find me on social media, you're going to hear back from me, which I just love. So
Yeah, me
definitely
too.
reach out. You can find me at Amy Scruggs Media. A lot of my past stuff is there, fun stuff, press clippings, some tips and tricks on there, and then the Amy Scruggs music. You can click and my music is available on all streaming platforms: Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, and that's all there as well. So it's about to get fun. And I'm really thankful for the
Yes.
UK and all the amazing radio stations that are enjoying the music.
I'm going to have to listen out for you. I mean, I don't use, because obviously I work from home, I don't go in the car that much, but the radio, I'm going to have to listen out for your new single. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
that's just
Yes.
crazy.
It's a sweet song, Hold My Hand, and it comes out on the 11th. So it'll be streaming on all platforms on the
Okay.
11th.
On
And
the
then
11th.
there's 3 more songs coming out between now and June. We're releasing one song at a time between January and June for a 5-song EP. So it's really fun.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being my guest. I've really loved talking to you. You're
Thank you
just
for
an
the lives you
amazing.
change. Thank you for the inspiration, the
Thank you.
motivation, and the message that you have out there making a difference to people. That's why I was so excited to meet you today. And truly, thank you for the work that you do.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you too. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.